Hi everyone, it's Raleigh, and today I'm planning my Hobonichi Cousin for the week of March the 16th. And I hadn't posted videos the last few weeks. I was having some issues with my phone, which I used to record, but I will give you a peek. So that was from a couple weeks ago. It was a fairly light week. I didn't get as much done as I hoped. This was last week, which, actually went pretty well. And it is now Sunday, so I am planning for the week ahead on a Sunday, which is kind of nice. So I've decided to go with this coordinating kind of washi set. This was from last year, but it's like a blues and browns and kind of a cozy winter vibe. And and I think I'm going to do the week on the right side and then just use the left for some lists of things. And I think I'm going to start with this thicker piece up top. Yeah. And we had snow this morning. We've had, over the last week, it was really strange. We had the really warm, unseasonably warm, sunny weather, and then it went to rain, and then it went to snow. And I think we are expecting a little more rain and snow this week. So I thought I'd use this now because I'm hopeful this will be the most snow we'll have until spring, although that might be just wishful thinking. All right, and then I think I'm going to, so I need to do my lines for the right-hand side. I think I'm gonna do them in brown this time. I've just gotta remember how wide I make them. I think it was 2.5 centimeters to work out to 6 or 7. Okay, I did get all 7 days down. And yeah, I just used brown. And then I also found this little bit of extra I had. This was from a kit I got years ago, a winter kit, but the blues kind of go with it, the blues and grays. So I'm just going to use these and then stick some numbers on. So it has been a good couple of weeks overall. Celebrated my dad's birthday, which was wonderful, and work's been going, pretty well. I've been able to spend some time with family, and I'm hopeful to see some friends. I've actually got a day off this week to do that a little bit as well. So it's been going pretty well. I've really been sort of thinking a lot about planning, but also just these last few months I've been trying to get into a good kind of healthy routine mentally and physically. And so I have been kind of using the idea of having one day a week where I focus on one thing in particular, which does seem to be working. I might switch up the days this week. We'll see. And I haven't, especially in the last week or so, gotten a bunch of things done. With the end of March coming up, I had a list of things I was hoping to get done kind of by the end of the first quarter. So I'm going to see how well I make out with that. And I've also been doing some planning for the next few months. But it's always nice to have, I think, that bit of a fresh start feeling that you get every month, but then also every quarter as well. And I'm just going to use these numbers too. Something else I did, I think it was last weekend, was I placed an order for Coffee Monster Co., my first one this year. So I'm looking forward to some little bits and pieces coming in for that as well. Yeah, I think this is coming out nicely. It's a little bit of a mismatch, but I think it's going well. Okay. 20. Okay, so I finished up the numbers, and I think I'm going to use the thinner strip of washi along the bottom. Yeah, I'll do that. And then I think I'm going to I think I might do opposite on the opposite page. And I'd intended to do more specific time tracking this week, but I think with the way my work is going to go this week and with my day off in the middle of the week, I think I'm going to wait and do it the week after when I have kind of a more traditional week. Okay, that's looking good. And then for the other side, I don't know whether to match it or I think I might actually flip it and put the wider washi along the bottom. And yesterday I went to a stationery store that I don't know how long it's been open, but I only kind of discovered it a little while ago online. And so I decided to take a drive yesterday to see it. And they have a really good mix of things, actually. They have Hobonichi Traveler's Company, which is some stuff I went for, some nice stickers. They also have tons of pens and fountain pens and all kinds of cool things. I do tend to order most of my stuff online from, relatively local shops. But it's nice to have a place to go to that isn't kind of awful to get to. So it was nice. And the people who were running the store were very nice as well. There we go. Okay, so now I've got to think about what's going to go in here. I do want to, I'm going to use these little bits that are left over just as little headers. And it is just going to be lists on this side. And that's something I'm not that I want to get away from lists, but finding kind of a better way to go about it. But for now, I'm going to use these lists. But yeah, I went to get another traveler's notebook because I've switched up a bit, a little how I was using and what I was using for my setup at the beginning of the year. And so I do want to finish kind of setting up a couple notebooks. And there was one I realized I wanted a bit of a different format. So I picked that up and I'll be working on that this week too. But yeah, I've really been enjoying using the traveler's notebooks. Okay, I think this is looking good, and I'm just going to stick a few of these. So I do have Wednesday off, and then I think I'm going to use these work stickers. And I may as well just use them each day, maybe in the bottom here. I do like visually switching up the layout every couple of weeks. It seems to be good for the mind. And so I did, in addition to the work stickers, add a couple other little ones, payday recycling, which I might move over to the next box. We'll see. And I'm just going to use these big to-dos because I find I honestly don't use them a lot. So I think I may as well put them here. Use them. And I kind of like this one. I do like putting color behind these sort of clear washy stickers, but I think this time I just like the idea of the black and white. Okay, one more down here. And yeah, just over the last couple of weeks, it's been nice just feeling a little more, I don't know, just a little more productive and just, the mood just generally being a little bit better. I think it's just kind of coming out of the heart of winter. It's nice to have a little bit more motivation. And I think I'm going to use these little coordinating kind of dash pieces on here as well. And I think underneath them, I'm going to decide what day the focus is going to be, because that seems to have worked well the last couple of weeks, like having one day where it's more on kind of wellness stuff and health stuff, one day where it's admin stuff, one day when it's home stuff. Not that I don't do other things other days, but just to have the focus. So I'll get these in. Okay, so I finished putting the dashes down. I also put little dashes beside the days of the week. Again, they're on the sheet, and I thought it kind of helps to pull things together a little bit. And I did fill in on the left-hand side some of the pieces. I actually ended up getting a phone call, so I was chatting while I was doing it, so I didn't record it. But yeah, so I think this is looking pretty good. The only thing I'm not sure about is I think that for each day of the week, I think I want to leave the first column. I don't know if I want stickers in there, so I may move those. Oh, and I want to put that because that's something I do have to do. Yeah. Oh, and something else I did in addition to the stationery store was I went for a walk, which felt really good last week. So it's just kind of building in the things that are working. But yeah, having spring come up is great. Just I think for me the biggest thing is just knowing that I'll be able to see more family and friends over the next month and a bit. coming out of winter again. And so, yeah, that should be good. And I do have a vacation coming up in a couple weeks as well, which will be nice. Yeah, so a little house sticker. Yeah, I'll put this there. I can't think of too much more that I think I want to put in, other than I think I'm going to go ahead and move those stickers over. There's something in my mind. It's just, sometimes you just look at a page and it's just sort of bugging you. So yeah, I think I'm going to move these ones over. And then it still leaves me space to write things in. I do like being able to look back and see. So I have kind of a better sense now after the last couple weeks of, kind of when I'm more naturally inclined to want to do things and how much to do. And so my goal with this has been, and hopefully in April, I can start kind of mapping out my day a little bit more. And not that everything I put in there is going to get done, but more than maybe I have in the past. Because I think for my mind, it works better to do that. Now, what I'll often do is kind of the night before, I'll kind of make some notes about what I want to do the next day. But I think mentally. Oh, and I wanted to show you as well. So I did I kind of started tracking some stuff in February, but I didn't follow through. So I just stuck washi on there. And I did finally redo my swatch page. So that was 2 other little things that I did. And then, of course, I've got these are my new little traveler's notebooks, which are really cute, which I will share soon. Yeah, so I think this is a good setup. I like it. I like the kind of cozy winter vibes. Hopefully this will be among the last few weeks before we say goodbye to winter this year. So I think it's a nice way to wrap up that winter feeling. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed watching this, and I hope you've had a great March, and I will see you soon.